Hello, Digital Marketing 3 part-time students. I hope you are all doing well, and I hope you are making preparations in terms of the F3 assessment. And today I've got lessons for you with regards to digital tools such as websites and how those digital platforms like websites, mobile applications and software help navigate customer experience. So before we look at digital platforms like websites, uh, I would like to introduce the topic of customer experience. And I hope it's going to make sense because it is always quite difficult to have a pre-recorded lesson um, for a subject of this nature. Digital marketing, it's a more engaging subject. So when there's no student in class, it's always difficult to impart knowledge, which is one way. It's always better when there's two-way communication so that there's an engagement, we can discuss and help one another to understand how platforms like your websites, your software, your applications, you guys call them apps, help deliver customer experience for brands. So in this lesson, we are going to be looking at CX, which is customer experience. And at the end of the lesson, you should be able to understand and know digital customer experience. You should be able to create an effective digital customer experience. And the reason why we are going to be looking at experience, you need to understand that it is through the customer's interaction with the brand's digital assets that will contribute the overall experience that those customers will have with a brand. For example, if you want to buy something online, your experience with that online platform, be it via a website, be it via an app, the way you'd navigate that app, the way you would navigate that website, the entire customer journey that will go through via that you know platform, it will actually determine the kind of experience that you will have with that customer. So as I said, these activities are always more engaging, and here we've got a class activity. And since there are no students available, I can't ask myself these questions and answer them. These questions are specifically created for the class so that we can discuss and see the role of customer experience in digital marketing. Because customer experience can also be a sales role. So let's look at customer experience from the perspective of digital marketing. So customer experience is a totality of cognitive, affective, sensory, and behavioral consumer responses during all stages of consumption process, including pre-purchase, consumption, and post-purchase stage. I remember discussing with the full-time class that experience actually include all aspects that influence the customer journey. So these can be thoughts, that's why you've got cognitive there, something that is in customer's mind about the brand, or it can be affective. So these are emotional, for example, an emotional attachment to the brand, or it can be sensory, your sense of touch, your sense of smell, your sense of sight, your sense of taste, and so on. And I remember discussing with students that there are some brands, through your tests, let's say you are blindfolded, through the test, you can actually tell that, you can actually identify the tests. Someone actually told me that while eating in the darkness, they can actually tell whether this is a Nando's that they are eating or this is a KFC that they are eating, and so forth. The same thing with sense of sight, with sense of hearing, you are able, to feel the presence of a brand. Then you also have behavioral. So certain behaviors can actually elicit, you know, certain brands. So all these are crucial because at the end of the day, they also determine how happy you are with the brand. Then we've got digital experiences, which is an interaction between a user and a brand that is made of possible because of digital technologies. So the interaction that we're talking about here is not only verbal or written exchanges that one would have with a brand. The interactions can also be a form of how consumers navigate a brand online, how they interact with that brand without even the brand itself knowing that the consumer is interacting with it. So, digital customer experience is a brand's total digital experience includes a brand's presence on different platforms, including desktop website, mobile site, apps, and ads on gaming platforms and digital in-store. So this is why we are going to be looking at a website, the elements of a website, who is involved in planning a website, what are the requirements for a website. We're going to do the same thing for apps and software because all these have got an impact on digital customer experience. The quality of digital experience is based on the combination of rational and emotional factors of using a brand's online services that influence customer perception of a brand online. Integrating online in-store should be the top priority for all multi-channel brands looking to create an experiential and destination shopping experience, especially nowadays when we know that people are actually shopping online or are getting information online before they can shop offline. So the role of digital customer experience then become relevant because people are going to navigate your platforms in search of for information about the product and then make a decision based on the information and how they find that information. Then how do you create effective digital experiences? Given the popularity of digital services for finding out about brands and products, improving the capability to create and maintain this effective online brand presence is a key part of digital marketing. So in this manner, effective means that the presence must deliver relevance and a satisfactory digital customer experience for its audience. At the same time, effective means the presence must support and add value to the brand to deliver results for the brand. So effective designs are based on integrating with the entire customer journey for different audiences and different scenarios to achieve the best result. Customer journey is a description of modern multi-channel buyer behavior as consumers use different media to select suppliers, make purchases, and gain customer support. These are actual aspects that we come across more often online because I know that almost all students right now, they are buying online. And when you want to engage a brand via WhatsApp, for example, you would look for information on WhatsApp or TikTok, but still complete a purchase elsewhere. So there has to be an integration for omni-channel, in these instances whereby someone would get something on Takealot online and then decide to buy using the mobile app. So it's crucial to design and maintain online presence. In order to create effective digital experiences, the design of online presence needs to look at the following. So you need to look at ease of locating the site through search engines. And I discussed this when I was talking to digital marketing 2 students that there are 2 elements when it comes to search marketing: findability and discoverability. So you need to make sure that when people are looking for information, they must be able to locate your site through search engines. So they need to be able to discover you in their search of product information or whatever that they are looking for. They must be able to find you. And also service provided by partner online or on other websites. We've seen this, for example, you have Samsung phones and then they'll include information about who is doing their cameras. Maybe it's Sony. There will be service provided by Sony on Huawei phones and so forth, or Samsung. Then the quality of outbound communication, such as e-newsletters. How often do you keep your customers updated about latest products, about latest developments at your organization? The quality of processing inbound email communication from customers. Yes, whenever there's a query, whenever there's an inbound communication, how long does it take for you to respond to that query? And when the issue is escalated, how long would it take for the customer to receive feedback? Then integrating, online communication, offline communication, touchpoints like store and phones as part of multi-channel marketing. This is crucial. There are many instances whereby I have seen something online at a website for a certain company and it costs some amount of money and they say that it's available at Rosebank Mall. I've seen it online. I've seen the price. Then I went offline to the store, to the actual store. I want to get it there and they tell me that it's not there. Or they tell me that the price is different to the one that I saw online. The price for online was only for online. So it becomes difficult, and it creates unnecessary confusion. But if there is proper integration, if you say it is available at this store, it should be available there and the price should be the same, then that leads to better experiences with customers. So these are the digital experience. This is a digital experience pyramid that determines the success factors for customer experience. So you need to understand that customers always have a promised experience whereby they've got expectations from you that, what, because it's an Apple, it's iPhone. The promised experience is that this thing is going to do better, than you can imagine because the brand has got its own brand promise. Then you've got emotional attachment to that product as well as rational values whereby, it is more rational to use it. It is more factual to have this one. I can identify it as a need, so that on its own will then resonate with the customer to decide whether they're going to love the product in this brand or not. And the actual experiences of consuming or interacting with that brand and the product becomes a reality. So you need to understand the aspects of price and promotions, the aspects of interactivity, the aspects of service, the aspects of trust and confidentiality, value design style, and so forth. So once the experience is good, customers would not think twice even about the price and so on. I mean, for example, real Apple customers, they never question how expensive iPhone is, even if it's iPhone 16. They are happy with that price because of the experience that they have with the brand. And it's not only Apple, it can be any other brands that you may think of that you've got a good experience with, the way you interact them both online and offline. So as an introduction to customer experience, this lesson should have helped you to define success factors that contribute to an effective digital experience delivered in form of a website, a mobile application, or where relevant install of virtual augmented reality. Furthermore, you should now be able to assess the strength and weakness of different service quality and e-learning frameworks. So you realize in the next lesson, for example, we're going to dig deeper into a website. Why is a website relevant? How can a website enhance digital experience? all those things that we have discussed in this lesson, such as the pyramid. How would a website enhance a pyramid? Who is involved in what decision when initiating a website? That's what we are going to be looking at in the next lesson, so which is app and web development. If there are any questions, if there are any comments, please do not hesitate to reach out on available platforms. Thank you.